Alright guys, it's been a while since I last uploaded the last Limbus Company video, and yeah, I mean, I haven't been able to record that much Limbus Company. I mean, I feel like there's just too much reading, but maybe it's just me. But I think like also like all of these fights it's not fun. Like these fights are just repeated over and over again, and then there's no real challenge, right? At least not in like this early stages. I need to turn the music back on.
좋아, 계속 집중하지.
Maybe it's a little bit too much.
그럼 이번 전투 쉽게 갈 수 있을 거야. 박제라도 맞았나? 적군이 더 강해진 것 같아. 참여하게 되리라.
There's really like no. You just click. Like I don't know why there's no like auto, but I guess like they just don't have auto battling for even though it is a phone game, but or not a phone game, but like a gacha game. I mean, it is not like a typical gacha. I mean, Honkai Star Rails actually has auto battling. And this is like, yeah, I don't know. There's also no fast forward, like quicker, like because I'm just waiting here and it's like, okay, sure, I guess I can talk banter or something, but I don't know what to talk about. Yeah, I mean, I have read on the like subreddit that like people are complaining about this game, and it's like, yeah, I understand fully like how stupid the fight is here. It's just like, yeah, sure, I'll just fight, but like there's no challenge. And then the story, it's like, okay, there's one fight, I have to fight these robots, sure, but why do I have to fight two consecutively? For some reason, like, because why? Like, I thought it's like only one set of robots, and if I defeat them, that's it. That's supposed to be it, at least.
No, not.
And the old animation here is, there's so much, and there's also a lot of animation that it's like, okay, I understand it's cool and all, but after you watch it like so many times, like this is why I don't even want to use the ego skills, because the ego just takes up too much time.
제대로 찝었군.
이단은 정화의
Alright.
당연한 결과죠. 저는
돈 벌러 가자.
최선을 다해. 아이씨, 방금 벌레 말은 듣지 않는 사람 누구야?
Okay, sure, fine, whatever. At this point, I'm just like, is there a story? Story? Come on, please, story.
적군이 더 강해진 것 같아.
무슨 맛일까? 좋아.
I mean, if they make the fight a little bit more interesting, a little bit more difficult, a little bit more of a challenge with unique enemies, then it's good. But
적군이 더 강해진 것 같아.
every single one of these enemies are exactly the same, and then you just maybe they do have some differences, but I don't really care about their differences because I'm just steamrolling through them, right? I don't really care about their differences unless
너 이제 쓸만해져.
I don't know, maybe this difficulty is set for like people who have just finished chapter 3 and it's like
박제라도 맞았나?
just at level 30 or like 20 something, the late level 20s, and then they don't have a lot of damage, a lot of identities. But I mean, the identities shouldn't make too much of a difference. But of course, like this false skin is, or this false identity is really good.
걸려라.
The Chromer false identity, that's really good. And of course, this like, yeah, the Sinclair this Sinclair identity is also pretty good because the more you lose, the more clashes you lose, the more damage the higher number you can get. So that means that you will more likely win the clashes when the clashings end. So I mean that's so just to prevent yourself from losing too many clashes or from taking damage in general. And I mean, even though there is a chance of him going
적군이 더 강해진 것 같아.
melting down, it's fine. I just take it, right? You just have to take it. Part of the consequence for using the identity.
너 맛.
And I think like the N-Corp skins are just so much, like the combination between the N-Corp skin or identities is just so much better.
박제라도 맞았나?
There are so many of them and every single one of them like combo with each other, especially after Chromer, the Chromer identity comes out. It's like she just gets everybody like comboing with each other.
다 죽어라.
자, 한 건 했고.
그 오늘을 떼어내주지. 다 죽어라.
우리가 우세. 서둘러 끝내보자고.
무슨 맛일까? 다 죽어라. 다 죽어라.
Well, all right.
당연한 결과죠.
Okay, there's the next part of the story.
다들 집중. 대원이 도착했다.
Attention everyone, reinforcements have arrived.
저 사람들은
Who are
뭐지?
those people?
그러게요.
For sure, who could these be? Shren?
새 친구들
My new friends other than me?
이번에 우리 팀 연구소랑
They're fixers
협업하고 있는
from
장미 스패너 공방의
Low Spanner
해결사들이잖아.
Workshop,
번이나
the
오가면
ones who are
뭐가 좀
working
보여?
with for the current project. They visited here several times already. You really should be familiar by now.
안녕하십니까. 장미 스패너 공방 대표.
Pleasure to meet you. I'm Nico, representative of Rose Spanner Workshop. Okay, are they enemies? The enemy's faces clouded over at the unexpected arrival of reinforcements.
재미없네. 돌아가자.
Boring. Let's head back.
뭐
What?
그래.
Sure,
돌아가자.
we'll leave.
역시
Would you look at that? Our aura has made them flee out of terror.
고마워 슈렌느스.
Thanks, Shren. This made me seriously consider the possibility that your department might be picked as next year for the first time.
잘난 그 상장 패드
Shame
다
about
박살나서 어떡하냐.
your precious trophies being destroyed, huh?
슈렌느님 실례지만
Miss Shren,
설마
pardon me for
박살날 때까지 기다리다가
suspecting,
오신 건
but
아니라 믿겠습니다.
you did not perchance wait until the trophies were broken before bringing reinforcements, did you?
이런 것쯤은 괜찮아.
Okay. I don't mind. I don't mind losing them.
사진만 멀쩡하다면.
As long as the photo is fine.
직접 눈앞에서
The damage they leave is pretty severe now that I'm seeing it firsthand.
자칫하면 연구원들까지
It could have gotten all the researchers killed if things went wrong.
네, 그렇기 때문이라도
Indeed,
하루빨리 저들을
which is why we
소탕하고
must
빼앗긴 연구소를
eliminate them
팔아내야
and
할
reclaim the
상황입니다.
facility they've occupied as soon as possible.
어째서
Why
K사에서
then
지원하지 않소?
does K-Corp not provide assistance?
그야
Clearly, it's because they don't want the general public to know that such a thing happened in the nest, don't you think?
그 일은 무고의 깃털이 엮였으니
Well, I may
자치하겠으나
concede on that matter as innocent feathers were
K사와
involved.
연루된 연구원과
This concerns
연구원
researchers and the
연구소에
laboratory directly affiliated to the wing.
연고지와 연계되어 있으며
It's evidence that they wanted to remain discreet that much, don't you think?
아무튼 그래서 말이죠.
Anyway, I ought to bring a generous supply of regeneration ampoules for you all to use. Now should be a good time to depart, right?
동랑 씨, 이거 놀러 가는
We
거
aren't
아니야?
on a picnic.
괜찮겠어?
Downran, you gonna be okay?
네.
No problem. Seeing you in battle made me all the more reassured about accompanying you.
참고로 저희를 관찰한
So you know, the technology our manager Dante uses is on a different level compared to K-Corp's ampoules. Rather than regenerate, it restores. Therefore, observing it won't provide much insight that can be applied to K-Corp's singularity or regeneration ampoules.
치료가 아닌
Restoration, not healing.
설마 단테 씨
No
능력을
way.
보고
Is he trying to
보살펴준
copy
점쟁이
Dante's
사장처럼
ability? Like
산업
what
스파이 짓을 하려고?
shady Bahisava chicken guy tried with his rival? I wouldn't do such a thing. Not the kind of person to cram down food what I know I can't digest.
당신 같은 경우는 전투에
Has
능한
to be
부하들을
common
보내는 게
practice for
일반적이야.
someone like you to send capable underlings to do the fighting for you.
표창이라도
And yet
받고
you
싶은 건가?
insist on being on the front. Are you that hungry for a medal?
아니요. 그곳엔
No, it's not that I left.
미처 챙기지 못하여 놓고 온 것들이
A number of things I couldn't take with me in time.
연속 3년
Like the photo
기념사진이랑
commemorating my
K사
third
강사
consecutive year of winning the
연구실
Excellence
확장
Award.
기념사진이랑
The plaque of appreciation from K-Corp. The photo taken to celebrate my lab's expansion. And what else was there, Sanjo? Classified documents concerning the research, sir. It was more than you wanted to gain back the medals you had.
아 맞다.
Alright,
그것도 빼먹었네요.
that too. You really did just barely manage to escape there, huh?
동랑 저 자식은
I guarantee you
하늘에서
that
주먹
nerd
찌르고
Donran has
내려갔을걸?
never swung a fist in his life.
거야.
He's too
나처럼
carefree.
해결사들이라도
At least
데려가든가.
for some fixers like me.
슈렌느 씨,
Is your
그쪽
department
부서도
going as
가시는
well, Miss Shrin?
이번 작전에
I don't see how you
성공한다고
could
당신
benefit
부서는
from the
아무 이득이
success
없을
of this operation.
동료 셋이 죽었어.
3 of my coworkers died in their last attack.
이득이랑 손해만 따지면서 움직이기엔
I lost too much to be caring about interests and benefits.
슈렌느 씨,
Miss Shrin.
그렇다면 저
In the
해결사분들
case,
출장 비용은
in that case, will I be correct to assume that the payment for the fixers will be handled by your department?
아, 언제까지고
You
재수
just
없는
can't stop being
놈들이네,
such
진짜.
an irritating bunch.
탈환해야 할
The Lobotomy Corp branch we must
reclaim.
reclaim isn't too far from here.
다 같이
Let's head there together.
아,
I was hoping I could get a ride on your bus,
저도 한번 타보고
but a
싶었는데.
shame.
다음에 태워드리겠습니다.
I'll secure an opportunity next time. Let's get moving for now.
어? 누구 마음대로?
Huh? Who do you think you are to decide that? This mission felt particularly tumultuous.
그래서 말이야. 내가 딱
And then
집을
you
건
see
다음에
a bag of
이렇게
chips and declare like this.
말해. 올인.
Oh yin.
아, 그만 듣고 싶어.
I wanna stop hearing it. It's giving me nausea.
역시
There's nothing like head shake poker at J Corp's casinos. Those people who sit at the slot machines all day long, they're all morons. What? You mean there's something up with the machines?
이건
This is something I haven't told anyone else. You see, hold on. You gotta explain in more detail. Things are lively at this time around.
맘, 들, 안.
DLI? She says she doesn't like it. DLI. Doesn't like it? Right. D doesn't like it. Don't worry, don't like it. Whisper Sinclair. I whispered back to him saying, I know. Now everybody is able to interpret Yoshu.
불로 정화하고 깨끗한 세계를 세우라.
Alright, next. The group remained consistently noisy until the moment we arrived.
고요 속에서
Only in
우아하게
tranquility
예술이
can art
피어나야 하고.
bloom in its full grace.
어느 팀에나 재수 없는
There's
놈들이
always gonna be a
설치는
snobby
건
jerk in any team.
동감이다.
I must agree.
의뢰를
I
수행하려
can't
온
tell
건지
if they're
놀러 온
here to
건지
handle a request or hang
통
out.
긴장감 풀려서
They loosen up too easily.
하지만 적어도 이곳에 환상체들은 없을 거예요. 불행
If
중
there's one
다행이다.
fortunate news, however, is that we won't encounter any abnormalities here. Why does this person keep talking to me?
사실 처음에
To tell you the
환상체라는
truth,
것들을
the first
보고
encounter with
충격의
abnormalities
연속이었어.
was a series of shocking revelations.
참 하이브리드했다구나.
It was hybrid, so to speak. I wouldn't have been able to conceive such a concept as developing a new source of energy from the human subconsciousness. Subconsciousness? It's subconsciousness, right?
이제
I believe that the so
평범하고
widespread and standard. What was it again? Right. The age of humanity is coming to an end. Now is the age of the superior minds. Not too many have realized this with their hearts yet. What's an age of humanity? You have no idea how glad I was to have you on board. Someone said the conversation that was much worse than the ones I had with Virgilius. Was it even a conversation if one of us never communicated their thoughts to the other? I hear some movement. I think you're the only one here who has to keep his mouth shut. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like people are just like, I see everybody as being a bad guy, except for our main party here.
최선을 다해보지. 아이씨, 방금 벌레 말은 듣지 않는 사람 누구야?
Everybody to me seems like a bad guy.
유효타 좋아. 계속 집중하지.
I mean, I just don't know at this point.
내가 응원하는 게 도움이 되긴 하려나? 힘내게 해보자고.
알겠어.
침묵하라. 우리가 우세. 서둘러 끝내보자고.
무슨 맛일까?
이단을 정화해
I feel like I'm having a little bit of trouble, but it's not too bad. I'm losing some clashes, but
알겠어.
it's not too bad that I can't deal with.
방째라도 맞았나? 적군이 더 강해진 것 같더라.
다 죽어라.
행고다. 아, 옛날 버릇이. 적사살 좋아.
무슨 맛일까? 모든 걸 걷어들일 순 없었어.
방금은 좋지 않았어. 포기하지만 말자고.
No, like for this is slowly turning into something like Conclusion, where I'm like feel like I can just AFK it and then it'll play itself. And speaking of Conclusion, I do want to let you guys know that it's a little bit tough. In order to actually get somewhere, I do need to actually keep playing, of course, but it's actually pretty slow. Process has been quite slow on that game as well.
방째라도 맞았나? 적군이 더 강해진 것
So
같아.
I mean that's why like I'm kind of doing Darkest Dungeon 2, and because it's like I feel like the puzzle in Darkest Dungeon 2 is like actually solvable, and I can actually there's a challenge on like in the game, and it's actually the game's pretty challenging. Like any like big. Sometimes you can get away with an OP team, but a lot of the times any small mistake can just ruin you the whole run. So that's why like I find it pretty fun to be playing that game, and then there's actually a challenge. Unlike what I'm doing right here, it's just like these guys are just doing their thing. Yeah, so hopefully like we can actually get some more challenging fights after. I don't see any terrorists.
안심해.
Relax, I brought plenty of regeneration samples, so those murder machines can rampage all they want. An ominous noise buzzed from the stopped machines. Alright, so you hear me? I got pretty mad thinking you might have thought we ran off, so I'm sending you a message verbally. I'm about to tell you something real important, so listen up. A pause to rose tension. Good. What? It said you're a bunch of worthless worms. Yeah, that's right. You're just worms.
맥 빠지는군.
What?
끝이
Give me a
부러웠어.
break. I was all ears for this load of nonsense. Gregor approached the speaker with a grumble, scratching the back of his head. Wait, Gregor. After playing the voice, the machine suddenly started to heat up and inflate.
기계의 온도가
The machine is heating to unnatural degrees, its components expanding.
어머,
Oh my,
그렇네요.
it really is.
전형적인
That's a telltale
암흑
sign of
전기
imminent
증상.
explosion.
맞아요.
Indeed, and that means...
아이씨, 그 정신 나간 기계에서
Wait a moment, get away from that damn machine. Heathcliff kicked Gregor away from the machine. They must have used what little time they had to place traps like this. Their dedication is admirable. I'm raring to see the mastermind behind this. Are all researchers like that? This really doesn't feel like the time for admirations.
숙명이죠.
Such is our fate. Yeah, there's something fishy about this researcher. Either that or just
당연한 결과죠.
the story is kind of like there's something wrong with the story. Okay, we're level 31 now. I mean, this is like from this we can tell how far you can sort of estimate how far we're getting in the chapter here,
최선을 다해.
right? Because the max level is 35, so I mean at most the levels will go to 35, so yeah. I mean there's that indication, right?
때로도 맞았나? 적군이 더 강해진 것 같아. 박제로도 맞았나? 적군이 더 강해진 것 같아.
그 오물을 떼어내주지. 다 죽어라.
아까처럼만 해. 그럼 이번 전투도 쉽게 갈 수 있을 거야.
걸려라. 저도 다 한 건 했고.
유효타 좋아. 계속 집중하지.
깨어라. 활그로.
팽고더. 아 옛날 버릇이. 적사.
불길 속으로.
Oh. Like these enemies, they're just the same with more HP. It feels like that they're the same enemies. Or maybe they're not, but it feels like they are.
뜨거운 불꽃이 마음을 녹일 수 있다면
방금은 좋지 않았어. 뭐 그럴 수도 있지. 포기하지만 말자고. 박제로도 맞았나? 적군이 더 강해진 것 같아.
참여하게 되리라.
너 맛. 취.
걸려라.
응원하는 게 도움이 되긴 하려나. 힘내게 해보자고.
무슨 맛일까?
Oh. So, how are you guys doing? I mean,
맛,
there's. Yeah? Basically, one click or two clicks, and we're waiting for several minutes for the fight to finish, or for the animation to finish.
이제 쓸만해졌고.
깨어라. 흙으로.
Alright.
기계도 작동이 멈추면 아까처럼
Will this blow up once it stops working like the last one? As we suspected, the halted machine began to play an ominous noise. Alright, so this is the second time you killed my machines, right? Let's see. You're a bunch of roaches that do nothing other than just crawl on the floor.
괜찮아, 괜찮아.
It's okay, it's okay. Don't let it let you down, Greg. I wasn't feeling anything. So, go on and keep crawling like the bugs you are. Why bother looking up when you'll be spending all your lives on that flat dimension of the surface? Am I right? Looking up? I understand now. Once the machines stop functioning, they play a pre-recorded voice clip, then explode seconds after. It is unclear what purpose they are meant to serve, but all the machines are equipped with the same mechanisms. Pre-recorded? I didn't see that one coming. Ah, everyone's making fun of you, eh, Buggy Bloke? It sure is baffling how the whole world is bending over backward to mock me. That's a tame reaction. Hmm? Wait, what's wrong with you now? What's the matter, Ishmael? Are you alright?
네,
Yes, I'm just feeling a little
조금 메스꺼워져서
queasy.
크게 신경 쓰지
You don't
않으셔도
have to mind me.
이제 괜찮아요.
I'm fine now.
저 그런데
There's something I've been meaning to ask.
어떤 성격을
What
띠고
kind of
계신가요?
organization is this? Technology Liberation Alliance?
그딴 건 왜 궁금해하는 거?
Why do you bother asking
이름만
such
그럴듯한
questions?
테러 조직일 뿐.
All we need to know about them is that it's a terrorist organization with a hollow name. Their values are irrelevant to us.
알아두면
You never
도움이
know
되는
what
거잖아요.
use the information might have about this.
저도 아는 바는 그다지
I know
없습니다.
little about them myself. I did hear that someone who used to work in a K-Corp laboratory is now one of the organization's core
제가
members.
입사하기 전이라
Though I don't have
잘
the
알지는
details
못하죠.
as this took place before I joined the firm.
그분도 지금의
She was an
동료님처럼
outstanding
최우수
researcher
지원자가
who was
수여받은
once
연구원이었습니다.
awarded the Best Employee Award, much like Mr. Don right now.
뭐야?
What?
그런 걸
How do you know
네가
that?
어떻게 알아?
우수직원 트로피실에서
I saw her
이름을
name
보았거든요.
on one of the
그곳에 있는
plaques in the
이름들은
trophy
당연히
room.
전부 알아두는
Wouldn't
거
you
아니에요?
say it's mandatory for someone of my occupation to remember all the names there?
거긴 왜 자꾸 들여다보는
Why
거야?
do you keep peeking in there anyway?
최우수 직원씩이나 되었던
What
자가
could be the reason a
왜
highly
테러 조직에
praised
가담해?
employee decided to join terrorists?
아까 잠깐 보시지
I
않았나요?
believe you saw her once
저희
earlier.
연구실을
She was
신나게 박살내고
enthusiastically destroying my lab.
계시던데. 딱 저와 슈렌네가
Right around when
입사했을
Shren and I joined the company, she was, well,
그 회사의
rather
이름이었죠.
famous within the firm.
건너들은 바로는
I heard rumors that she had wanted to test the limits of K-Corp's technologies.
어느 날 돌연히
Then one day, rumors about her leaving the laboratory spread.
그 종착지가
saying that this is where she
이곳이란
ended up.
마음과 함께.
Okay, so the girl from earlier?
당연한 결과죠.
Are they like, is it like they're testing for the limitations on the machines? The limitation of like for improving the
이
machines
복도만
even more?
지나면 될 거예요. 그럼
This corridor must be the last. Once we pass here, we'll reach the edge of the facility.
그곳까지 무사히
After I
도착해서
retrieve my precious
로봇
items from there, I'll give you the ownership of the
말씀드린
Golden Bough as
황금가지의
promised.
소유권을 넘겨드릴게요.
Oh, it won't be that simple.
같은데 괜찮은 거야?
Just like this is gonna end on a rotten note. You gonna be okay with that? Those terrorists really must have run off, seeing how none of them showed up.
계약의 내용은
It was part of the
연구실에
contract to reclaim the laboratory.
그래서 누누이 말하지 않았습니까?
That's why I kept telling you, Mr. Donran, when you draft their contract, you have to be meticulous and calculating and write it in a way that favors us. Let's get going. Fortunately, I didn't see any killing machines here. However, a couple of unwelcome figures appeared in front of us.
조심하십시오, 관리자님.
Be on guard, Executive Manager. Someone is ahead of us. Yeah, but they aren't holding any weapons.
무기는 소유하지 않았지만
They may be unarmed, but you are an incredibly weak and fragile civilian, Executive Manager. So blunt, so damn blunt. Thanks, Other Altus?
안 되니?
Can't you count? You clearly outnumbered us by a huge margin. Don't be a baby.
왔니 지렁이들?
Oh, it's her, right? Here at last, worms.
그 기계에서 흘러나오는
It's the same voice
목소리예요.
that played from the machines, and it's the same face we saw earlier.
다른 조직원들은
Where are
어디
your
있나?
other members, Senior Researcher Ran?
그날
He managed to bring more help in that mess, I see.
그리고
And put away that senior crap. We haven't even known each other for long. Did you see what's going on?
다 대피했지.
They've all evacuated, and here I am, buying time for them. That's interesting. We thought we stormed in unexpectedly,
어떻게 알고
yet you knew it in advance and escaped?
너네가 지렁이라고
Cause you're
그랬지.
worms. Look at you,
이거
getting
뭐?
all cocky after
고작
receiving the
지금
Best
상상
Employee
받았던
award.
기술원장에서는 감히 우리를
Raiding
잡으려고
here,
기술원장
they're trying to
쳐들어왔어?
catch us.
혀가 기네.
You've got a big
감이
mouth.
무슨 감이냐?
You think you're better than us?
네 말대로 숫자를
You're outnumbered, like you said. That noggin of yours probably knows you better surrender, eh?
내가 항복한다 치자.
Let's say I do. It's clear what you'll do with me.
나를 딱 죽지
You'll
않게
neutralize me and keep me barely alive,
그 잘난 재생
carrying me with your flaunted regeneration apples.
원하는 답을 얻을 때
Rinse and repeat until you get the answers you want.
그럼 저희가 원하는
Sounds
답을
like a
한 번에
problem
내주기만
that
해주세요.
can't be prevented by giving us the answers right away. Am I asking too much?
당연하지.
Of course you are. Unlike you,
고작 주는
we
것만
aren't
하고
planning to
있는
live like
사람은
roaches that
딱
feed on whatever is provided from above.
죽고 숨
This is really getting on my nerves.
아,
Whatever. I've had enough of toying with you.
지금 뭐 하는?
What are you trying to...
그래.
That's right. Show your curiosity only to what's happening immediately before your
그게
eyes.
연구자의
That's how a
올바른
researcher should be.
선배,
Red. With an ear-piercing noise, the building was engulfed in an explosion. All that remains is a charred stain. Huh? That hurt a lot. Are you alright, Mr. Donran?
무사하십니까?
I'm fine. Someone in Dante's party pushed me away as soon as the blast was heard. You know, the quiet fellow with the intimidating eyes.
쓰고 다니던 분 말이에요.
저도 구하려고 했습니다. 다만
Oh, you mean
거의 다
Isan?
기다렸을 뿐이고요.
I was going to do the same, but I was standing too far away.
아,
Oh,
아슬아슬해.
that was close. After taking the impact by four others, Don Quixote and Mersault. Quiet fellow. Mersault, probably? Don Quixote and Mersault had been flung all the way to columns supporting the building. their backbones fully exposed. Don Quixote in particular was impaled on a pillar.
망설임 없이 몸을
It must be
돌릴 수
the faith that they
있었던
will come back to life at any time that prompted them to jump into danger without hesitation,
어떤 마음이나
Not-
정 같은 것
not
때문이 아니라.
out of any sort of friendship or affinity. Isn't that right? Don Quixote couldn't give any answers, whether due to death or the pointed edge stabbing through her mouth. Merson, you are alive? It was my directive to protect the manager and see that the company's mission is accomplished.
역시
That must be it, yes.
편리하네요.
How convenient.
재생
You can
앰플
recover someone, you can recover your body without using regeneration ampoules. I don't know, that ampoule looks handier.
아 맞다.
Right.
슈레인느 씨도
Is Miss
괜찮으십니까?
Strange alright?
다른 해결사
And other fixers?
저희는
We're perfectly sound.
폭발 충격은
Your group blocks the blast for us, so we turned out fine.
그래서
That's why you haven't been taking the ampoules. That clock has special powers.
시계가 특별한 능력이 있었던 거였어.
맞습니다.
Indeed,
제가 철저한
after all, I
검증과
recruited
조사로
them
모셔오신 분들이
after a thorough screening and testing. I see.
참,
Well, damn.
가져온
darn.
애들이
All the ampoules I brought are useless now. For some reason, Shin lets out a defeated laugh and drops the ampoules in her bag to the floor. It's true. For them, looking at it from a perspective that excludes me, this is certainly a convenient power. Fatal consequences can be reversed, and the only price is me having to bear the pain. No, wait. Is this really fine? And where does this all and where does all and where does this and where does all this what? And where does this all this time to rewind come from? I don't know what's this supposed. Where does this power to rewind time come from? Clock face, stop dawdling about. That yellow-haired lass is dying. Thoroughly ravaged by the blast, Heathcliff pointed at Don Quixote. Rub and turn it. This hurts an awful lot. On it. So it seems like they're trying to capture the manager, and
내가 응원하는 게 도움이 되긴 하려나? 힘내게 해보자고.
it seems like they're trying to capture the manager and then like do some testing on the manager for their own gains.
유효타 좋아. 계속 집중하지. 방째라도 맞았나? 적군이 더 강해진 것 같아.
침묵하라.
너 맞.
방째라도 맞았나? 적군이 더 강해진 것 같아.
제대로 찝었군.
이단을 정화했다.
이제 쓸만해졌군.
다 죽어라.
행고다. 아 옛날 다시.
정화.
적사상 좋아.
너만 취.
So these robots here have 250 health. The robots in phase 1 have 150, I think.
좋아.
한 방 먹였네. 이 기세를 모아서 뚫어보자고.
무슨 맛일까? 가슴 가장 깊은 곳까지 박히도록.
이 불 또한 예술의 황홀경이지.
그 오물을 떼어내주지.
Alright, well, this fight is probably gonna be the last one since I ran out of energy.
우리가 우세. 서둘러 끝내보자고.
속으로.
I still feel like the chapters only started after so long. There's like no story, nothing has been told about Yi-san, which the story should be focused on him. And then there's nothing been told about him right now. We don't know anything like about him.
당연한 결과죠. 저는
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the hell is going on.
것이 중요해요. 당신의 시계는 시계가 아니며 워프 열차는 워프.
Oh, wait. Sinclair has a voice pack here? That's interesting. Anyways, I guess it's just yeah, I mean there's not too much going on, and I will leave it here. We'll come back when I have more energy. I mean, of course I can spend some of these capsules, but it's fine, like I don't need to spend it, right? Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the series. If you are, please do consider subscribing and liking the video. And with that, I'll see you guys all tomorrow for more videos on Darkest Dungeon 2. Peace.